Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. I am back today with a New Year's Eve glam, and I love this look. I am so obsessed with it. Like, I can't stop looking at myself in the viewfinder because I love it so much. It turned out better than I expected. I had an idea in mind of what I wanted to do, but it turned out so much better than what I was expecting. And this is a halo cut crease sparkly eye. I did one not that long ago and my technique was not the best, but I told you guys that I was going to keep working on it and practicing. So here it is. I mean, you guys are gonna see this a lot more because the more I can practice, the better. So I feel like I'm slowly but surely getting better. If you want to see how to get this look, then just go ahead and keep on watching. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and also hit the notification bell to get notified every single time I upload a new video. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial.
Alrighty, you guys, let's get started. So I am taking the Kat Von D Shade and Light eyeshadow palette, and I am going to start off by taking the shade Lazarus, and this is going to be our transition shade. So pack it on the crease from inner corner to outer corner. Next, I'm going to take the shade Samuel. I think that's how you pronounce it, or Samuel, and this is just going to add a little more definition to the crease. So go ahead and take it again from inner corner to outer corner, but you definitely want it a little bit more concentrated in that crease, but still blow it up just a tad bit. And then I'm going to go back in with that first blending brush, which by the way, it's a Wet n Wild blending brush, and I am just going to soften off the edges and make sure that there are no harsh lines, and then everything is blended and it looks nice and seamless. Going back into the palette, taking the shade Saleos. I'm so sorry if I am saying these names wrong, but I am taking it with another tapered blending brush, and again I'm going to be doing the same exact thing, just keeping the color a little bit lower in the crease but still smoking it out just a little bit. I start off by concentrated in the outer corner, as you can see, and then I slowly start to focus in that inner corner. When doing this look, you definitely want it to be just as intense in the inner corner as it is in the outer corner, because eventually we do go in and cut the crease. Once again, I go back in with a little bit more of our transition shade just to blend out the edges and make sure that everything is blending in together. Going back into the palette, I am taking the black shade, and this is probably by far the best black eyeshadow I own. Look at the pigment, is so intense and there's hardly any fallout. It is so gorgeous. I am placing the black in the outer corner and in the inner corner, and then I'm going to connect the two through the crease. So I am first stamping it on so that it's nice and intense, and then I switch my brush to a very fine tapered brush. This is the Sigma E45, and I'm just going to connect the two through the crease and blend it upwards. Now don't worry if you have some harshness and some unevenness, because we're going to go back in with the previous blending brush, the one that we use Saleos with, and you just want to blend out those edges. Now take your time. This is going to take you a little while to blend, but you want to make sure that you do very soft strokes. You do not want to go in heavy-handed. Definitely take a little bit of product at a time and blend it out to diffuse those edges. Once all of the edges are nice and blended, just go ahead and take a makeup wipe and remove all the fallout if you had any. And this step is so incredibly satisfying because you start to finally see the shape of the makeup. Taking a concealer, we are going to begin to cut the center of our lid, and this is what's going to make that halo cut crease. So I am starting off by, again, taking a concealer. Any concealer will be just fine, and I like to start off by drawing a line straight down the middle of the lid, and this is going to be my base for that halo look. Once I have the line down the middle, I kind of begin to extend it and make it a little bit rounder. You can make it as thick as you want. You just definitely don't want to cover or cut the whole entire lid, but feel free to do whatever shape you desire. I like to kind of round out the top and then kind of make like a little triangle at the bottom so that it looks nice and blended. But feel free to do what you please as long as you don't completely cover the whole entire crease, and just keep keep it kind of in the center, then you should be fine. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then just watch what I'm doing and it will make perfect sense. Taking some translucent setting powder, I'm just going to go ahead and set that concealer into place because we are going to start to blend on the sides of that concealer. So you definitely want it to be nice and set. You don't want it to be too wet or too tacky. So just go ahead and take your favorite powder and just set it in place. Taking a little bit more of that black shadow, I am going to begin to kind of blend and smooth over the edges so that there are no harshness. I'm just going to take a little bit of that with that same Sigma brush. I go in between the brush and my finger and I just blend out the edges so that everything is nice and seamless and there's no harshness and that everything just looks good and blended. So take your time and blend out those edges. Taking a super old MAC pigment in the shade Blue Noir, I'm not sure if they still make this shade, but I am just going to begin to place this on the bare area, like on the center of the lid where that concealer is still visible. So just want to go ahead and place that in the center and then go back in with some more black and just blend those edges out some more. You want everything to be nice and seamless. Going in with the e.l.f. glitter liner in Seafoam, and by the way, I love these. They are so great and super inexpensive. I am pretty much just going to begin to outline that crease that we cut. So you just want to go ahead and draw on a glitter liner right where that crease meets that bluish grayish shade. Moving on to the glitter, I am going to start off by applying some glitter glue to the center of the lid. I am using the glitter glue from Model's Own. And then for the glitter, today I am using the MAC glitter in the shade Gray. And I am just packing it in the center. Make sure that you do not cover that glitter liner that we created with the e.l.f. liner. You definitely want to still have that greenish line peek through. So just place this a little bit lower and then you can also take your finger just to smooth it over and make sure that it's not harsh and that everything is nice and blended once again. Moving on to the skin, I am starting off by taking the YSL All Hours Primer. I did kind of drip this all over the skin and I'm going to blend it in using my damp sponge. I find that it gives me a more dewy, more hydrating primer if I blend it out with my damp sponge. For foundation, I am using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Today I wanted something that was very dewy. Again, I wanted to look very nice and flawless and dewy and glowy, so I went in with something that was a little bit more moisturizing. For concealer, I also used something a little bit more moisturizing. Today I went in with the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. I apply it under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, chin, up in the forehead. You guys already know the drill. And I am going to blend it in or out using my damp sponge. And then I'm going to take some translucent powder and just set the under eyes. I'm also going to take some of my Maybelline loose setting powder in shade number 20. And I am going to go ahead and set the rest of my skin using this powder. And then taking a brush, I'm just going to go ahead and wipe off any excess powder that we may have left. So going in with the Dose of Colors Desi and Katy collection. This is a highlight in Fuego. I am going to apply this to my brow bone and then taking the Makeup Geek Duochrome shadow in Voltage. I'm going to apply this to the inner corner. Taking a mixture of the shades that we used in the crease. So I am taking the shades I suck at saying these names. Salios. I hope that's how you say it. I'm using a pencil brush and smoking this out in my lower lash line, and then I'm taking a flat definer brush with the black shade and I'm just going to apply that a little bit tighter on the crease. Now for eyeliner, I went in with the Beauty For Real. This is an eyeliner in the shade Totally Titanium. It's a nice silver liner. You can also do a black or a white, and just go ahead and apply mascara to your top and bottom lashes. So to bronze the skin, I am going in with the Hoola bronzer by Benefit Cosmetics. I am taking it with a huge fan brush. I'm not gonna lie, I went a little bronzer happy today, but I was looking a little pale, okay? So just go ahead and apply that on the hollows of the cheeks, up in the forehead, and I also took a little bit down the sides of my nose. Nothing too crazy, something just a little bit more natural. Now, for blush, I am taking the Studio Makeup blush, and this is in the shade Luminous Loose Blush, and I'm just going to apply that in the apples of the cheeks, and then I'm going to go back in with that Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in shade 20, and I'm just going to cut that bronzer and just chisel everything out. For highlight, I am taking the Sleek Makeup Solstice highlighting palette. I'm taking the pinky shade, and I'm going to apply this to the ball of the cheek just for an all-over glow. If you have texture, skip this step. You're not gonna like it. And then I'm gonna go back in with that Fuego highlight by Dose of Colors and Desi and Katy, and I'm just going to apply that to the tops of the cheekbones just for some more glow. And I'm also going to take this and apply it to the tip of the nose. I'm also going to apply a little bit in between the brows just to bring some more lightness there. And I'm going to take a little bit of this and hit the Cupid's bow just for a more pouty, more plump look to the lips. So go ahead and take a big fluffy brush and just start to dust off that powder. I usually like to take this powder and I kind of buff it all over the skin just for that flawless buffing technique. I went ahead and applied some lashes. I am using the Koko lashes in the style Amore, something very dramatic. And then moving on to lips. So for lips, I am first lining my lips with the Buxom lip liner in Stealth, and then I'm going to fill in the lips using the Kylie the Kylie liquid lipstick in the shade Naked, which is one of my favorite nudes of all time. You can do something less nude than what I did. I definitely wanted to do something very nude because the look was pretty dramatic. So add some setting spray and you are pretty much done.
That is going to complete it for this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did creating it. Like, I am obsessed with the way this looks. I love it so much. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I hope you guys all have an amazing end of the year. I'm most likely seeing you guys before the year ends again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you recreate it, and if you do recreate it, please send me pictures. And that's pretty much it. So please don't forget to subscribe before you go. Hit the like button and also hit the notification bell to get notified every single time I upload. So okay, that's it. Love you. Mwah.